Hello. Today, I will be talking about why I hate Sonic Forces. That is right, Sonic Forces, a game on the Nintendo Switch, that came out in 2017. Sonic Forces is a platforming game developed by Sonic Team and published by Sega. It was announced during Sonic the Hedgehog's 25th anniversary celebration along with Sonic Mania. It is the first main installment of the Sonic series on 8th generation consoles. Here is why it sucks. Despite having a 4-year development cycle, the development was mostly focused on the graphics engine, while the game itself took only a year to develop. In other words, Sonic Forces was rushed. This is supported by the fact that there was a lot of early concepts that didn't make it into the final product, and this game released the same year the Nintendo Switch was launched, and furthermore only 1 week after Super Mario Odyssey released. Just like the recent games of the franchise, the storyline is poorly written and focuses too much on style over substance. The cutscenes are often just the characters talking and standing. The tone is very inconsistent, constantly changing between trying to be dark and not taking itself seriously. Cutscenes often abruptly end and the potentially exciting parts happen off-screen then are told in static dialogues rather than actually showing them to the player. Some examples of awful and rushed writing include, the first cutscene makes it seem like Sonic is dead, but less than 5 minutes later Sonic is revealed to still be alive. Classic Sonic randomly appears, defeats a Chaos clone, then does nothing for the rest of the story. Similar to classic Sonic, Shadow defeats his clone, then does nothing for the rest of the story. Characters constantly talk about big epic fights happening in the levels but none of that is ever shown, not even as background details. Aside from a few Death Egg robots in the background of one zone and a flashback where some civilians die, it is never shown how Eggman conquering the world has affected anything. Sonic and the Avatar are sucked into a void black hole to a dimension where nothing exists at the end of one level, but the next level begins with them immediately escaping, with their whole time in the void only lasting 17 seconds. Given the area has a 3-minute music track and Sonic acts like him and the Avatar have been in there for quite some time, it appears the level was cut. Infinite just simply disappears after his final battle and he never mentioned again. The game ends with a poorly made cliffhanger, as Eggman just simply disappears and there's no explanation what happened to him, just like Infinite. This could make no sense at all. The game has terrible dialogue, which it makes the writing even worse. For example, poor jokes are made like Tails, true dat. And Sonic telling classic Sonic it's been generations since I've seen you. And most notably, Infinite's infamous when Shadow just called him pathetic. The level design is very simplistic, linear and rudimentary with frequent on-rails and autopilot sections that require little player input and tend to be under 2 minutes long. There is overuse of nostalgia and fan service, most of which are completely redundant because both Sonic Generations and Sonic Mania had already used Sonic nostalgia and fan service as a selling factor. Chaos from Adventure 1 appears but is defeated by classic Sonic in a cutscene. You never fight against him. Shadow, one of the antagonists that appears alongside the other villains, never gets fought either, as he gets defeated by the real Shadow in a cutscene. Again, other characters are just talking with chatter and serve absolutely no purpose whatsoever. Maps like Green Hill and Chemical Plant are used yet again for no discernible reason involving the story and are visited too many times. Some QuickTime events have no penalty for failing to complete them. Quite literally, if you don't touch the controller at all during QTEs, the game will just keep playing as if you had cleared them. Same happens for the double boost sequences where you can put down the controller and watch the game literally play itself for over 10 seconds. Most of classic Sonic's music ranges from mediocre to ear-bleeding, the worst offender being Green Hill. Even the music from Sonic the Hedgehog 4 and Sonic Chronicles, The Dark Brotherhood sounds good by comparison. The character customization is rather limited. While you can choose gender, species, and coloring, you can only change minor facial features and give them clothing. You can't alter their size nor adjust body proportions, and the facial features have very limited options. Speaking of the clothing, there are many clothing items that are just recolored duplicates. Earlier trailers suggested Sonic would be more serious and tough, as they show him clutching his right fist with an angry look on his face. It was even stated in-game that he was imprisoned and tortured for months after the first level. However, he still has the same annoying trying too hard to be 90s cool personality from recent Sonic games. In addition, he never shuts up about the power of friendship. Tails is made into a complete coward who always relies on Sonic to protect him, and he can't even handle Chaos Zero, despite having defeated Chaos 4 in Sonic Adventure. That game also had a whole plot arc revolving around him gaining the confidence to not rely on Sonic and be able to stand up for himself. Despite Sonic Forces supporting the PS4 Pro, the game doesn't run differently at all. There are no tangible PS4 Pro enhancements. The PC version uses the infamous de novo DRM. Metal Sonic and Infinite's boss fights, especially the final battle, are near identical. As mentioned above, you never fight Chaos and Shadow, as they are defeated in the cutscenes. Avatar bosses are easily exploited with the flamethrower, which can defeat the bosses in less than a minute. The final boss's third phase is just a rehash of Sonic Colors' final boss. However, here is 3 good qualities about this game. Despite the clunky physics and short length, some of the levels can be enjoyable. Some highlights include Egg Gate, Capital City, and the Null Space level. Also, compared to the other playable characters, many critics and fans found the modern Sonic levels to be more enjoyable. Despite being limited, it introduces the ability to create your own custom character to play as, referred to as the Avatar. The Avatar can be either male or female and can be one of 7 different species: dog, cat, wolf, rabbit, bear, bird, and hedgehog, each having minor abilities in-game. In addition to the main levels, there are several mini-levels you can unlock by collecting red rings. These bring mechanics that were previously used in Sonic Colors. That is why this game is bad. And it really sucks. End of talk about Sonic Forces.